go. Hello, my name is Brendan Thomas Ruff, and I'm here with Mr. Carson, and I'm about to start this uh, interview with him, and Mr. Carson, it's an honor to
Yes,
and
sir.
be the one to interview you. I just got four questions that'll help me with my engaging history assignment. Okay, okay. The first question is, what is your background history as a history teacher?
Okay. Well, I have my history degree from University of North Carolina at Pembroke. I've been teaching history the last 10 years. In the last 10 years, I've taught across the spectrum. I've taught African American history, I've taught Southern history, I've taught um, ancient civilizations, I've taught U.S. history, so I have quite a wide background in history.
That is a wide background.
Yes,
That's a lot of histories.
yes.
Okay. Next question. What period in history intrigues you the most? During,
The period that intrigues me the most is the first 50 years of the 20th century,
okay.
about 1900 to about 1950.
Okay. Now, why is that?
It interests me because America at the time was struggling to find its identity. Um, we had been involved in two major world wars. Um, we dealt with the financial collapse in the United States as well as throughout the world. During that period, um, we were flexing or learning to flex our muscles as a world power, which ended up being that we won in World War II and we introduced the atom bomb to the world. So America, the first 50 years, whether we knew it or not, we were growing by leaps and bounds. So that period interests me tremendously.
Wow. That's truly intriguing right there.
Yes.
Okay. Next, Eva, can you give me an example how you mentor someone in the area of the history? Like, what skills, what improvements do you see in your students' knowledge and skills?
Um, I see uh, my students learn to analyze information, um, analyze it, separating the whole parts and determining various relationships. Uh, I see students learning to evaluate and understand information and be able to turn around and critically think about certain ideas and concepts. So I think being able to think and be able to speak in such a way that takes the complicated concepts and making them easy is a thing that I would love to see out of when I'm mentoring an individual.
Okay. That's like high hopes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Next. Okay. Next question. I promise this won't be long.
Okay.
What are the most important qualities of a history teacher, and how do one measure up to that level?
Mm. Very good question, Brandon. Um, I think that uh, history is one of the few courses in which um, a lot of people don't like to read. Um,
Sure.
there has to be a sincere desire to want to learn about the past, um, what people did, what they thought, why they made decisions that they made. Um, I think one of the things that is essential is that you have to have a deep love for the past, a great interest in the past and in the people who made great strides and accomplished great things. I think a real deep love for times past, present, and in the future.
Okay, this is my last question. What are your hobbies and your interests?
I love the golf. I love reading. I love uh, reading nonfiction and alternate fiction history. Um, I love everything history. I love historical documentaries. I love anything that deals with the past. It has my total attention. I also love spending time with my family and my granddaughter.
That's great. You spend time with your family, and if there was a if there were times that if you took either your family or your student to like a historic site or like a museum, would you like let them know what they're looking at, like instead of just admiring what they're seeing?
I think, yes, I think that with every event in history, there's a story. It's more than just what we read in history books. History books cover just a small part of really every historical event. There's always an underlying factor, the human element in history that too often we as historians tend to neglect. How did that individual feel about this situation? And what are the underlying reasons that they made the phenomenal choices that they make? I think those are interesting, essential, very important in capturing um, what history is about.
That's truly amazing. That's the most interesting answers you gave.
Thank you,
Well,
Brandon.
that's it for this interview.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Okay, this is Brendan Ruffin signing off.